I'm David Volk with Chin Music. Today's post, Top Ways You Were Better Off 4 years ago. Things were so much simpler then. It was hard to believe they could say it with a straight face, but recently, members of the brain trust behind the Loser J. Trump campaign had the audacity to ask people if they were better off now than they were 4 years ago, which seems to suggest that they felt things were much better in 2020 than they are now in 2024. Just for the record, I'm writing this on May 15, 2024. On May 15, 2020, just 4 years ago, it had been reported that 8.3 million more people had filed for unemployment the previous week, bringing total unemployment up to 36 million, or 14.7%, compared to 3.8% now. Indeed, there weren't enough N95 masks to go around, there was no vaccine, and more than 85,000 people had died from a virus that Dementia J. Trump promised would just disappear sometime in the spring. You know, like the flu. Despite all those troubles, apologists for Don Snorleone may have a point. Some things actually were better. Consider the following. 1. People had more free time. Of course they had more free time on their hands. All the places they worked had closed, and no one knew when they were going to open or if they'd even have jobs when that happened. 2. Folks had more family time. Since people weren't working and there was nowhere to go, families that had grown apart had more time together to get to know each other again, which helps explain the country's current mental health crisis. As the saying goes, familiarity breeds intent. Cars got better gas mileage. Because everywhere was closed and there was nowhere to go, cash-strapped Americans were able to make a full tank of gas last for weeks, even months. Gas prices were lower. It's the law of supply and demand. Since people weren't driving, there was no demand. And when there's no demand, prices fall. Also, we got caught up on stuff. You know, like movies we said we'd watch someday, books we promised ourselves we'd read, home repairs we kept threatening to do, and even, gasp, learned how to bake. Some of us even took up whole new professions. Me, I used to be an airport porter. Look at me now. Also, we embraced alternative medicine. Instead of sticking with Western medicine, which often relies on death by medical treatment, we were willing to try more traditional treatments like acupuncture, homeopathy, drinking chloroquine, chlorine, and shoving light bulbs up our butts. Yeah, good times. I remember feeling better already. That's it. Show's over. Nothing left to see here. Everybody head on home. I've been David Volk with Chin Music.